Good morning, Facebook. It's Scott Weddell here reporting in with Thursday's daily live stream. And I am very, very excited for today. If you are here on the live, if you're showing up, interact, like, comment, share. We need to spread this message with the world because it's very, very important. Okay? Very, very important. And if you've got any questions for me, all you have to do is let me know, whether you're on the live or the replay. I'm here to help you. So comment below and interact. But yeah, I feel really grateful right now, to be honest. Really grateful. Been such a good week. Right, guys. Let's get into this because it's about making things simple, right? Because there's two things that I see going on. Two things. In fact, I'm going to switch this to three things. There's three things I see going on. And one of them is, and I've been guilty of all three, so just putting that out there. This is from my own experience and from observing things out in the marketplace and dealing with people as well, like working with coaches that deal with this kind of stuff too. So it's from my own experience, from actually we're helping coaches through these specific problems, because the problems are nothing to do with strategy, but they end up being a strategy problem, okay, because it turns into that. Right, so number one, you're looking outside of yourself and you're comparing yourself to someone that's 20 steps ahead of you, 20x plus ahead of you, and you're trying to replicate what that person is doing, right? You're literally like saying, I need and I should be doing that, I need to do that, I should be doing that. I should have the fancy website, I should have the funnel, I should have this, I should have that, I should have this, I should have that. And you're trying to project that out there and do things that you're not really ready for. And you're trying to replicate what someone's doing 20x ahead of you, and it's not going to work because that person has already took 19 steps before they've got to step 20, and you're maybe only on step 1, 2 or 3, right? So how are you going to replicate someone that's took 20 steps? It's not going to happen. And then what you do is you listen to you listen to their momentum online, you listen to their success online, you listen to what they talk about, and then you just look at your own stuff, and then you instantly go, fuck, and you feel like shit, and you just put yourself down because you're like, oh, I'm a failure in this, why is this person doing this? And you just compare yourself to that person, right? Next is you're buying into someone's self-imposed delusions. That's the next one I see. Like you're in some group or you're in someone else's vicinity. It could be like someone that works beside you. It could be you're in a group of people that don't think big. It could be family, friends. It could be anyone, right? And you're taking those self-imposed delusions, and then you're doubting yourself because you're the person that's thinking a little bit bigger for yourself. You've got your head switched on and you want to really make something of your life, but then you're buying into someone else's self-imposed delusions, and then you start thinking to yourself that you can't do it and blah, 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 and you just hold yourself down. Right, that's number 2. Number 3 is you get sucked into the vortex of other people online who are more interested in talking about other people. You see it all the time. Like, it doesn't matter if it's meant, which it usually isn't. It's just like a thing that human beings do and get sucked in every now and then. There's no judgment on that. But at the end of the day, you might be getting sucked into that. And the thing I want to ask you, is that serving you? If you're going to get sucked into groups of people and chats online that are just going to talk about other people, what's that doing? That's taking your focus away from what you should be doing. Okay? So I'll go through the 3 again. Number 1, you're copying someone, you're trying to model someone 20 steps ahead of you. So what are you doing? You're taking your focus away from what you should be doing. Next, you're buying into someone else's self-imposed delusions, whether that's a group you're in, whether that's family, friends or whatever. What are you doing? You're stepping away from what you should be focusing on. Number 3, you're getting sucked in to other people that are chatting shit about other people online. And what are you doing? You're taking your focus away from what you should be doing. Okay, so the message I really want to send out today, guys, is stop holding yourself in a cage, because whether you're doing any of those 3 things, you're holding yourself in a cage, and it's a self-imposed cage. Okay, so I want to inspire you to step up today and take full ownership. I'm responsible for everything. Everything's my fault. When you do that, it's freeing. It's freeing. Even just saying that's just like, it's just freeing. You feel it when you say it. Say it. Say it to yourself. Today I take full ownership. Say it and see how you feel. Instead of comparing, instead of buying into self-imposed delusions, instead of getting sucked into a vortex of other people talking about other people. How does that feel when you go in there? Not really good, because you're taking your focus away from what you should be doing. Okay, like, you'll have one person telling you to work your ass off, hustle your ass off. You've got the other person telling you to let go, surrender. You'll get the other person that's just talking about people on Facebook. What one do I listen to? What one do I listen to? What about you? What about you? What about your path? What about the steps that you're taking? Because at the end of the day, I know for a fact that what you want is something that's simple and easy. What you want is some space, your time back. And, like, guys, like, this is nothing, no judgment at all in this at all. I've been guilty of doing all of what I've spoke about. We all have at some level, right? And it's part of the journey of finding who we are and finding ourselves and finding our path. Because when we experience something that we don't want, because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel like shit by comparing yourself to someone else, do you? Do you want that? Do you want to really talk about other people, or would you rather just focus on yourself and focus on giving your contribution to the world? Do you really want to doubt yourself because you've listened to someone else saying you can't do that, or you've listened to someone else saying you can only do this because of this? Do you want to doubt yourself? No. So when we know what we don't want, we know what we do want, and we can focus on what we do want and start taking actions and steps towards that. That's the beauty of life. Life causes you to ask. When you know you don't want, you know you do want. So life causes you to ask. So what's life causing you to ask for today? Might have triggered something off listening to this. Like, I'm a great believer in there's no such thing as a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. And if people are in this room, comment, like, share. I was doing this yesterday. I can't really see anything, so it was doing the same yesterday. So if you're commenting, I'm not ignoring you. It's just because I can't see. Yeah, so life causes you to ask. So what are you asking for today? Like, this might have triggered you to ask for something. And don't be scared to ask for what you want, and then take action towards it. Because at the end of the day, from my experience, what I needed was to get back in control of me. I needed space. I needed leverage. I needed to stop allowing other people to control my diary and my day, because then I was reacting to everything and everyone. And it's hard to get out of a reactive state if you are being controlled in some kind of way, because the harsh reality is most coaches and trainers are being controlled in some kind of way, even though they might not think they are. They are, because they're just saying yes all the time. They've not learned how to say no. They've not learned how to create leverage. Okay, so now I'm not talking about controlling someone or being in the high alert control state, but you have to control everything. I'm talking about a cool and collective and calm control and taking full ownership for everything in your life, right? And not allowing other things and other people to dictate what you're doing. You choose what you're doing. That's what I needed. I needed that. And that's a simple thing to do. Okay, the only thing that will make it hard is you getting in your own way, right? Number 2, simplicity and basics. I wanted simplicity and basics. I needed that. I didn't even want it. I needed it. I didn't actually think I wanted that. I think I wanted to do what someone 20x ahead of me was doing, or like that was a big one for me, was just following after other people and comparing myself to them, and not being able to do what they were doing, and then feeling like shit and bringing myself down. When all I needed was simplicity and basics and some really simple steps to take. Like, not listening to some person selling me a done for you webinar funnel in 2015 and saying, right, cool, we just run some paid advertising to your webinar, and you'll get calls for under £100 or $100, whatever it was, right? And then I bought into that and ended up screwed in 2015, and it was horrible. 23 grand down. So what you really need is clarity. The foundations are clarity, sales, delivery, action. Equal foundations, okay? Like, and obviously underneath each one is different subsections, but the main sections are clarity, sales, delivery, and action. And you don't need any fancy technology, fancy funnels, fancy anything paid advertised. You just need to take some basic simple steps. Because the harsh reality is there's too many people out there trying to get you to implement some high-ticket two-step funnel when you've not even got everything nailed down, you've not got the basics in place, you've not even got leverage, you're just going in and doing it the wrong way about, and it just doesn't make sense, guys. It really doesn't make sense. And the harsh reality is, like, back then I thought I was confident, I was telling myself I was confident, but there's a difference between feeling confident and actually telling yourself you're confident. Being confident and feeling confident is one thing, and telling yourself you're confident is another. You've got to feel it. And if you're not truly confident yet, confidence comes with action, of course, but not the kind of action that you're basically missing out these steps here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then you're trying to jump up to step 20 and you can take all the steps at once. That isn't going to get you confident. That's going to make it worse. It's going to make it worse. Okay, so why not just take a step back and realise that, do you know what, I could spend 3 to 6 months laying the solid foundations, okay, and what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to become a new person. You're going to build habits. You're going to build a habit of doing. And that's what you need. You need to become a new person, because the person you are today is not the person you've got to become to get what you want in life. Because the person you are today would already have it if you wear it. So, if you spend 3 to 6 months of your life and in your business laying solid foundations, you're going to become a different person. You're going to build the best habit you could ever build in your life, which is becoming 1% better every single day. So where does buying into other people's self-imposed delusions fit into that? Where does comparing yourself to other people fit into that? Does it fit into that? Do you improve 1% every day when you do that? Or do you just not achieve? Remember, guys, you create your own path with every step you take. And I want to inspire you today to do that. To stop all the BS. Whether it's you're beating yourself up, or whether it's you're comparing yourself to other people, or whether it's you're getting sucked into other people's vortex of talking about other people. Stop it. Your path is your path. And I want you to choose your path. And simplicity is the way you've got to go. Because putting in the basics, creating simplicity, equals progress. Okay? Doing a million things at once. Allowing other people to dictate your diary. Trading time for money. All that stuff does not equal progress. It equals going round in circles. And time might be going by, but are you really progressing to where you truly want to go and want to be? And you're going to have to transition. And in the transition period, you're going to freak out because your body's not used to doing this kind of stuff. Your body's not used to feeling these kind of ways, and you're used to going round in these circles. So when you're in a transition period, you've got to shift. And you've got to go through that initial bit of what I call the struggle stage, where it's like there's a big loop like this, and it comes down, and it goes up, and it's that stage here when you're like doing a transition and it like drops and swoops round. That stage there is the emotional stage, and most people cannot handle that and flip back, and that's why it's even more important. How many times have you done that? How many times have you went to do something new and you've experienced that down curve and that emotional hit? And then you've not allowed yourself to come up, and you've just went right back because you hit the invisible wall of terror. How many times have you done that? Isn't that true or isn't that true? Right? So it's more important that when you're going through this, you've got to understand what's going on inside you at a cellular level. And you start to understand what strategies and methods to use on a daily basis to make sure that you are rewiring yourself, your neural pathways in your brain, the neural networks, okay? And the cells in your body. So you're creating the feedback loop between brain and body that's going to benefit you moving forward. Now, the harsh reality is most people and most coaches out there are trying to get you to implement all the stuff you're not really ready for, is they don't understand that, or they might use it on themselves but don't show you how to do it, right? And that's just putting you in an even worse position, because when you start going to take that action, you're going to experience that emotional hit, And then how are you going to be able to handle it if you've not got stuff to practice, if you don't have an understanding of what's going on? And that's why I'm a great believer in personal development and business are one. Business is the most powerful personal development journey you will ever go on. So, like, take it serious, guys. Take it serious. Right, guys, if this resonated with you, if you're a coach or trainer, you want to step away from the noise. Like, step away from the noise, because one of the big problems I see is people consuming too much and not producing enough. People not being connected to what they're doing and just sort of following after other people. And I want you to be the opposite. I want you to be connected to what you're doing and producing what you need to produce for where you're at. Because that's what's going to move the needle for you. And that's where simplicity and basics and leverage come in. Okay, so if you're a coach or trainer and this resonated with you and you're going through these problems that I was speaking about and you are interested in getting support, I would love to invite you into my Facebook group. I'm just going to head behind me on the laptop and grab the link. I'll stick it in the... give me a second, guys. I'll stick it in the comments below, and I'd absolutely be honoured to see you in there. Honestly, I will be completely honoured to have you in there. Oh my coaches, there we go. Yeah, and also, guys, let me just get this up. I done a free 20-minute training yesterday for all of you awesome people. So what I'll do as well, I'll stick that in the links as well once I've got this done at the end. Let me see. Where are we? Comment. Join the group. Right, let me grab the link for the free training, copy that over, stick that in as well. Boom. Okay, guys, so I've stuck that in the comments. I'll pin it to the top. But yeah, if you're a coach or trainer and you're looking to create simplicity, leverage, and you're looking to implement the basics, okay, this is for you guys. Like, you can join the group by clicking the link in the comments, and then also I've done a free 20-minute training. As you can see over my shoulder, you can see it there. That's where I recorded it. And it's like, basically I experienced a horrible thing in 2015 where I ended up investing in this done for you webinar funnel, and it flopped and failed. I spent like $15,000 and then I ended up like £23,000 in total down in that year because I was emotionally reacted and started going crazy with investing because I thought that was the right thing to do at the time, which was cool. It was an amazing lesson. I'm grateful for it now because I get to pass it on to you guys. But yeah, like pretty much I had to dig myself out a hole. This is exactly how I dug myself out a hole, and I experienced my ego that held me back, and I've explained that in this video. So if you really want to understand this and you want to understand how to create your leverage, and you want to understand how to create basic organic systems that work very, very well, then boom, because that's exactly how I ended up bouncing back and creating a 6-figure coaching business. Okay, guys, so join the group and click the link below into the 6-figure messaging machine training and join there and tune in for 20 minutes and get some amazing value. Okay, guys, have an amazing Thursday wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you again soon.